wild scene downtown. Hundreds of teens out of control on Michigan Avenue.
No loitering. Please disperse.
A wild and chaotic scene.
This dude started doing donuts in the middle of the street with police right there. They do not care. Stop acting as if we are so afraid of the police. Okay, can we stop that? Can we stop acting as if we're being victimized by this white country? Can we stop that? Because every single video I see, we're doing it to ourselves. We're doing it to other people who don't deserve it. And guess what? When we do it to other people that don't deserve it, who look just like us, there's no Black Lives Matter protest going on. All of that was just a play. I don't remember the last one I've seen. It was about the money. But during spring break, when everyone went down to Miami and turned up, so to speak, started jumping on people's cars and messing up people's businesses, shooting people, like 3 people got shot, 2 people got killed right in front of everybody. But now we're in Chicago and they're doing the exact same things, but we act like we're victims? For what? We would never move forward like this. This is nuts, man.
Judy, gunshots, fists flying, and passers-by stomped into sidewalk curbs. The extended lawlessness in the Loop resulted from a lack of leadership and no plan to deal with unruly crowds on an unusually warm spring night. That tonight, according to a former top Chicago police official who gives the I-team a blunt assessment of what went wrong and why.
And I also want to just put this out there because there's some people who believe that since I check out conservative stuff that I'm not tapped in, that I don't understand that community, that I don't understand that I'm too much of a sucker and I only support white causes and all this stuff because I don't understand the community, so to speak. I'm not even going to tell y'all my full story, but I will tell you this. How I learned how to punch, and like hit somebody in the face was by my big brother, who told me to just go punch random people in the face. When I got older and became a teenager and my big brother was off away to college and all that other stuff, and I'm walking around with my own friends now, my own crew, so to speak, now I'm still doing those type of things. And we was just walking down to different shopping centers and find any grown man walking, and I would just punch him in the face. That's the type of idiot mindset that I was in. I came a long way, thanks to God. Thanks to God. No more victimhood. I could have been killed. I could have been arrested, like a lot of my friends killed and arrested. But God had me for some reason. I don't know why. But I took the fact that I was able to escape that darkness seriously. And now I'm seeing other people do it, and then seeing their parents, their community leaders, the politicians that they vote for, acting as if they should take no responsibility. They're like they have no culpability in this, when they do 1,000%. They are causing all of the issues. Just because you're in the darkness or you're from a certain type of mindset don't mean that you got to continue to go out there and victimize people. It doesn't, man. It doesn't. Look at this.
Crowds swept into the South Loop, Millennium Park, and Michigan Avenue, outnumbering Chicago police, who had to scramble officers to the scenes, even though veteran cops say this was not unexpected on a warm Saturday night, given the recent history on similar occasions.
First of all,
hey, let me ask y'all this. When the police start walking up, did they look scared of the police? I want y'all to look at this right here. Tell me if anyone looked scared or anybody stopped running or anybody stopped doing whatever they was doing. It was like, oh, the police is here, whatever. We got the cameras out. They ain't gonna do nothing. And if they do, we're gonna have our people tell them that they racist.
On a warm Saturday night,
look at
the recent history.
Just standing out there. Ain't no problem.
First of all, was there a plan? I mean, as a district commander, again, you're responsible for that district 24/7. Did you have a plan? Did you sit down with your leadership team?
Gene Roy was chief of detectives at CPD when he retired in late 2016. Roy talking with the I-team about the melee on Michigan Avenue, these scrapes on State Street, and police who appeared to have little command direction, no helmets and shields, and helter-skelter communication. Roy is concerned about patrol officers possibly being put on scene without adequate plans or direction.
You have a...
And that's dangerous as hell, man. You got all them police out there. They and threw them in the lion's den and didn't give them anything to protect themselves. Just like, look, that police across your chest, that should be enough, all right? Just stand out there, just be a presence so they can go home. But what if they get attacked? These are people who actually got families at home. They out there doing their due diligence. They can't say no to their higher ups or they'll be fired.
Plan, you have the pieces all assembled, you have your toolkit. It's like a mechanic. You go to work with a toolkit every day.
And with Chicago just securing the 2024 Democratic National Convention, ex-Chief Roy says the city needs to do better.
You know, you have to wonder if somebody in Washington at the DNC is going, did we make a bad choice here? This is a critical time for the city. We have an interim police superintendent. We have his management team doesn't know if they're coming or going.
So what's next? Roy tonight says the plans have been used before, starting with CTA stations.
Put officers at the key L stops and you prevent people from jumping the turnstile and going downtown. You prevent them from starting the evening off breaking a law. Have them turn around and go home if they don't have money. Make sure there's a plan in place. Make sure that you're coordinated with other agencies.
Roy recommending pre-positioned police units in suspected hot spots and conservative tactics, but he would not rule out cutting off CTA lines or raising bridges if necessary, tactics used in previous disturbances. The elephant in the room, a severe shortage of officers altogether and retirements coming at a fast pace. CPD officials have only put out a written statement saying they don't tolerate criminal activity and that violators will be arrested and held accountable. Obviously, not everybody faced the music on Saturday night.
Yeah, new superintendent will have to be dealing with this issue coming.
Chicago has lost their daggone mind, bro. Like, I don't get it. Chicago is going crazy. They are going nuts, man. They are going absolutely freaking insane. For real. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Our other big story tonight, new video and strong reaction to the wild scene downtown. Hundreds of teens out of control on Michigan Avenue and tourists attacked.
Team coverage for you now. We start.
You see that? They showing everybody running. They're showing everybody like just doing, they showing stuff on fire. And then when they see somebody's car out there, this dude start doing donuts in the middle of the street with police right there. They do not care.
Start with Anthony Ponce.
They don't care.
Live downtown. Anthony?
Yeah, we're here on Michigan Avenue at Randolph, right next to Millennium Park. New video into our newsroom tonight depicting just how out of control things got. CPD did release a statement tonight saying that the kind of violent behavior seen downtown over this past weekend will not be tolerated.
No loitering. Please disperse.
A wild and chaotic scene.
They got them standing on top of buildings, man.
Many people got beat up, they got assaulted, they got dragged out of their cars, they got stomped on.
As dozens of Chicago police officers try to restore order to the Loop and other parts of downtown. Tonight, CPD released a statement saying, in part, the reckless, disruptive, and violent behavior that was seen downtown this past weekend will not be tolerated. We actively and continuously review open source social media, and additional resources will be available to protect those who are visiting, living, or working in the areas of large gatherings. We strongly encourage parents to accompany their teens or have them remain under the supervision of a responsible adult.
Oh, you got to tell people, parents, we ask that parents be parents. Please be parents. How come none of you know that your children are out here? None of you know that your kids are out here standing on top of buildings, burning stuff up, pulling people out of their cars and beating them up and stomping them just for fun? It's like a daggone one of them violent games that people want. This is like one of the joints. What's the name of that game where you just go down the street committing crime, punching people and punching old ladies and snatching people out their cars and taking it? What's the name of that game? I can tell I'm getting old, man. I don't know the name of that daggone game.
I think it's important for us as a city council to sit down and discuss how our officers will be deployed this summer. But more important, how can we as a city engage our young men and young women?
Some community activists are calling for the parents of offending teens to be fined.
There needs to be fines. You know, people are getting ticketed for red light cameras and speed camera tickets. Why not fine the parents and hold them accountable?
The Chicago Police Department said tonight it's also going to be doing bag checks at beach entry points and reminds Chicago that the curfew for minors will be in place here at Millennium Park during the summer months. They say anyone behaving violently will be arrested. And over this past weekend, between the two nights at these large gatherings, 16 people were arrested, and all but one of them are under the age of 20. We are live downtown tonight. Anthony Ponce, Fox 32, Chicago.
All but one of them, of the 16 people that was arrested, all of them are under the age of 20. One of them are not. Ain't that nuts? Yeah, find the parents. First, you got to find the parents in order to fine the parents. You're going to arrest, they arrested 16 people. What about the other people that was doing the same stuff and got away? Because all them youngins that was running, they was a part of the same crimes. This is nuts. Chicago is going crazy. Was they protesting something? Was it? Because that looked like a Black Lives Matter protest. That's nuts, man. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. Crazy.